Okay guys, so I'm here with Ross and he just got 3-0. Everyone just went completely quiet, put me right off. I'm here with Ross and he just got X and O at locals, coming first place with his Infernoble deck.
Yeah, been playing this list since November, right after the Euroline ban, and just keep evolving it every day. Like, it just doesn't stop doing things. Link Cross hurt, yeah. Smoke Grenade hurt, yeah. VFD hurt a little bit, but it was unnecessary evil in this deck, honestly. Past that, we've just gone back into Synchro combo, and it's been a treat ever since. So, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, let's go, man.
So, obviously, best normal summon with the extender. Being able to just take cards out of our opponent's hands, Droll being so good this format, we kind of need to just remove that. We're still playing Power Tool, simply because I don't own Shooting Riser. Otherwise that will be eventual change, but yeah, just taking hand traps out of the hand. Actual Infernoble names, on the 1 Ogier, the 3 Renault, and the 3 Oliver. 7 is a nice count, especially with how many ways we have of searching them. These two come up together when we're able to make Gear Freed before Resolve, but otherwise they're just generic good extenders that are all Fire Warriors that you like to play. Past that, you're just on more Fire Warriors. 3 Red Layer. I think this is better over the 3 Fireflint. I've tested both. I've wanted to see this more. Just helps take bigger monsters out of the hands with the Aquadolphin, especially Lanciers, which can screw you over. For the 1 of Fire Warriors, it's just 1 of Gemba and 1 of Gearfried. I'd like to bump this to 3, I just cannot find the space right now, especially with how combo heavy it is. Just searching this through combo is nice enough with Isolde. Other combo pieces, we still need Cultling, we still need 001. We're still going through Auroradon plays. This is just our best way of abusing all the synchro spam. And then the last 3 monsters, I main decked 3 Droll for this locals, and it actually came up a treat the whole day.
Yeah, we were killing people on this table as well.
Yeah, I was playing against Prank Kids, Mech Knights, and Adamantipator, and all of them this just came up. Not a single one of them I was afraid to drop this. Prank Kids, it didn't do as much as I wanted to, but I just decided in other hand traps that made sense for the list. On to spells now, we're just playing 3 Heritage of the Chalice, because who doesn't want 3 copies of Rota? Speaking of. And the Equip Rota Durandal. Nice thing, this searches this can search all of our Infernobles, this can also search our Red Layer, this searches all our Infernobles. It's one of the reasons why I play so little. And yeah, just a deck having 7 copies of a search spell, which searches everything, is just so good. Past that, onto the other equipped spells, we play 3 copies of DDR because I'm on Power Tool. Other than that, it's not a lot. Then 1 Living Fossil and 1 Phoenix Blade, this is pretty standard. And then, this has been throwing people off all day. Metal Silver Armor means you have to target the Charles in the end phase. And this stops random cards like Monster Reborn. Anything that targets anything engraved, this just stops playing. Because when we have the Charles equipped with Oliver and the Metal Silver says they have to target the Charles no matter the card effect, monster, spell or trap. Oliver says they can't target. This just says they are now locked out of targeting monsters entirely. And this has been throwing people off all day when I activate this. Last 4 cards in the deck is just main deck Dark Ruler as well as Hoppy's Feather Duster. I didn't want to be losing to Mystic Mine. And just keeping 1 piece of back row removal in the deck was just really nice if I top decked it. Funnily enough, didn't see it once today, but I don't think I would replace it with anything else.
Yeah, didn't need it as well, which is always good if you didn't see it.
Onto the extra deck, we're still playing 2 Isolde. It's, funnily enough, a Noble Knight in a Noble Knight deck. At the end of the day, we still want to play it. It's also one of our best extenders. Don't need to explain this, it just gets Despot out the deck.
And obviously it makes it Auroradon as well.
Yeah, a recent include because of the Auroradon is Barricade Ball Blocker. Bricking on cards in hand like Cultwing isn't a problem because we get to discard them and abuse that later with stuff like Living Fossil and DDR. We just get to abuse that. And being a machine, actually, it helps make a Auroradon, because its material is 2+ machines. So it really isn't an issue if we have to go for Barricade. And of course the access code, this is just turn 2 follow-up to make sure we've got game with the Auroradon and any level 1, any extra monster in fact. Onto Synchros, we're playing 2 copies of Herald of the Arclight and 1 Underworld Fighter Balmung. This is how we're able to combo if we have to discard the Cult Wing, because we just make the power tool make this Auroradon effect to tribute 1 monster and then destroy this. This then reborns Cult Wing from our graveyard when destroyed by card effects.
Pretty good.
The Roland we have to play, and this was an interesting tech today, but it actually ended up working out. Ignoble Knight of High Landracillin. This helps make Gearfried before we make Isolde.
It's an Ultimate Rare as well, isn't it?
It is only a Platinum Rare, it only came in Platinum and Secret Rare. But if you open Ogier plus Renault, you basically send the Gearfried, add back the Gearfried with Renault, turn those 2 into this, because Renault is now a tuner. You search Durandal, which equips it immediately so it can't be ashed, and then you activate the Durandal, search Fireflint, banish the Durandal, summon the Gearfried, and then Ogier equips to the Gearfried. Now can't be destroyed by card effects, and it's also a monster negate. And then this, with Fireflint, you just turn into Isolde and proceed to combo there. The Power Tool Dragon, this is the reason we play DDR. Yeah, it searches DDR, it searches Durandal, it searches any of our random equips that we need to use, and it just helps.
And you would take that out for Shooting Riser, or you would take something else out?
I would probably take the Ignoble Knight for the Shooting Riser. With Shooting Riser, it enables me to summon Aquadolphin off of Isolde and still be able to combo while hand ripping in the process. But, I mean, this came up enough tonight where it was good enough, especially in grind games.
Oh, that's what you would take out if you was gonna... Yeah, for sure.
For 8s, we're obviously playing Savage and Omega, hand looping, as well as being able to put stuff back against Dogmatica with Maximus. This deck is so tight on one-ofs, having the Omega Grave effect, being able to put it back, is really nice. Not only that, there have been lines that come up where if you've got Power Tool and you've had to discard the Cult Wing, you can use any of your level 1 tuners to make Omega, and then use another level 1 to make the Charles. And then you can go Omega Effect Engrave, put back the Cult Wing, tribute 2, and then summon the Cult Wing from deck that way, and you can just proceed to do everything from there. It's just a case of this deck, you kind of have to play with the hand you're given and go from that, really. Side deck, we played a lot more hand traps, so obviously we were playing Big Gamma and the Driver, as well as the 3 Ash Blossom. This just helped. I brought this in versus Prank Kids, and this is what pretty much won me the game. Wasn't anything else, honestly. It's just nice to have that. Not only that, but because we're playing 3 DDR, what actually came up against Prank Kids is I had to normal summon. They stopped the connector, but I just went DDR, discard, bring back the Gamma, and that got me into Hulk. Been debating main decking this, but I think Droll and Duster has just been coming up too much. And last monster being Panktops, it's Pank. It gets rid of removal. Because of how popular Lancia is getting, I've decided to bring back Twin Twisters. This deck naturally gets hurt by Lancia with Phoenix Blade as well as DDR, so being able to minimize this as much as possible with Twin Twisters is just so good. These I didn't see at all today, but Anti-Spell, it's our way of stopping Darkcrawler. If we see it in hand, we just set this and we're chilling, as well as the one of Imperial Order. I
was about to say you got an Imperial.
Which I actually saw this over these 3 when I started them in versus Adamantipator.
Oh, I'll have to see the one-offs.
So I couldn't complain. He tried to Lightning Storm my board and I just flipped this, and yeah, pretty much they said they had 2 copies of Adamantipator signs and they just couldn't play at that point.
Broken.
So yeah, I mean, deck worked. It's surprising it's still going. Matchups, I went 2-1 against Adamantipator, 2-0'd Mech Knights Pure, and 2-0'd Prank Kids. The hardest matchup was the Mech Knights, just because of column management, being able to use that. But the deck pretty much has a backup plan of just becoming Gearfried control, which is how I actually managed to win the Mech Knight matchup. In his turn 1, he made Ipy Masquerena and linked it into an Avramax, which is extremely difficult for this deck to out, being destruction based, but Gear 3 just equipping it, non-targeting, non-destruction, just removes any problems. He actually made Dingirsu against me as well, and I let it go through, and I top decked Renault, which just let me get this back and equip the Ding. But other than that, that was the hardest matchup of tonight. Adamantipator is just a dice roll matchup, but yeah, I'm glad with how the deck performed. Very shocked to go in out.
And just one replacement of the extra deck for the shooting rider. That's the only thing you would change?
Yeah, that's the only thing I would try and fit in. It's just being able to manipulate your levels as well as being able to get the Aquadolphin off of the Azul to just hand rip. It's just so key at the moment, trying to control hands as much as possible, especially with the hand traps that are seeing play. But other than that, yeah, that would be the only change. So the extra deck would just be shooting riser. Other than that, I think main deck is perfect. You could decide to play 3 Gear 3. It's just finding space. But yeah. So.
Alright, man. Thanks for the deck profile. Congratulations on winning. He actually had a YouTube channel also, guys. Is it Mcrad?
Yes, it's the MCRAD. I've taken a little bit of a hiatus just because of back at work. I'm working 5-6 days a week. But I do plan on getting more content on there soon. Hopefully I'm going to get some locals matches back up like I have been doing last year. But yeah, so if you guys wouldn't mind checking out, it's the MCRAD on YouTube.
The link will be in the description down below, guys, if you want to check it out. Obviously, there'll be a lot of Infinable stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah,
sure you're on there.
So multiple combo. I've done a combo guide and a deck profile back when this was VFD. I do plan on updating this, but thanks to Kieran here from Fingers Crossed. It was great to get someone else to show this off to.
Perfect. Thank you very much, man.
No problem.